Are you serious? Are you seriously serious? Have we had a Benghazi breakthrough? Well, according to the judicialwatch.org, there is reports released on July 2nd that are quite disturbing. To the end this week, it was released a new State Department documents showing that Hillary Rodham Clinton and the State Department's response to the Benghazi attack in Libya, where Christopher Stevens, the United Nations ambassador, and 3 other State Department officials died, that the Benghazi attack was immediately determined by top Obama White House officials, particularly a man by the name of Ben Rhodes. Then the White House Deputy Strategic Communications Advisor and Bernadette Mahan, a spokesperson for the National Security Council. The new documents were forced from the State Department under court order in a Judicial Watch Freedom of Information Act lawsuit. So what's happened, folks, is Judicial Watch filed a lawsuit to get, based on the Freedom of Information Act, to finally get the documents that I'm holding in my hand. It took nearly 3 years. Now here's what took place. On September 11th, 2012, there was an email sent at 6:21 p.m. by the State Department spokesperson Victoria Nuland to Mihan, the Undersecretary for Management, Patrick F. Kennedy, and to Clinton's personal aide, Jacob Sullivan. It shows that the State Department deferred to the White House on the official response to the Benghazi attack, referencing pending press statements by President Barack Obama and Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, according to Nuland. Quote, "We are holding for Rhodes clearance. BMM, please advise as soon as possible." Now, 3 minutes later, Mihan responded at 6:24 p.m. Quote, "Ben is good with these and is on with Jake now too." Rhodes then sent an email about 3 hours and a half later at 9:48 p.m. to the White House and state officials on the issue. Quote, "We should let the State Department statement be our comment for the night." Now, an email from Mahan was sent at 10:15 p.m. on September 11th to Rhodes, to Nuland, to Sullivan, to Kennedy, and to Clinton's aide, Philippe Reines. Further confirms that the White House approval of Hillary Rodham Clinton's statement tying the Benghazi terrorist attack to an internet video. All the Department of State just released the following statement per Ben Rhodes and his email. The U.S. comment turned out to be Clinton's notorious public statement made hours after the initial terrorist attack, falsely suggesting that Benghazi's assault was a response to inflammatory material posted on the internet. In other words, a YouTube video that had been on YouTube 6 months and only had 6,000 views, that somehow it caused a spontaneous combustion of radical Islamic behavior to rush and storm and burn and murder 4 UN top officials, including the United Nations ambassador to Libya. Now, Rhodes emailed Mahan, Sullivan, and Reines at 11:45 p.m., still on September 11th, almost midnight, and said, quote, "For your information, we are considering releasing this tonight." The next line is redacted. The email also included a, quote, readout of the president's call to Secretary Clinton, the contents of which are also completely redacted. Now, on September 12th, the day after the attack, Mihan sent an email to the Obama administration's officials announcing that, quote, "To ensure we're all in sync on messaging for the rest of the day, Ben Rhodes will host a conference call for the USG communicators on this chain at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now think about this timeline. Obama and Clinton talk to each other. The White House, along with the State Department, then composes and issues Hillary Clinton's statement, which turned out to be falsely tying the internet video to the Benghazi attack. We can't find any other government documents other than Hillary's statement on September 11th, 2012. And that night, tying the attack to the video. This all leads me to conclude, folks, that Hillary Clinton originated the video lie in partnership with the Obama White House. And of course, it was Susan Rice who was sent out to share that statement with 5 national Sunday morning newscasts. And of course, she then took the heat. Now, this is how the story went down. Of course, we know the famous Hillary Clinton hearings where she said, "What's it matter anyway?" Well, we know it matters a lot. First of all, it matters we get the truth. Second of all, the lives, certainly the lives of these 4 U.S. diplomats is the most important thing of all. But third, the integrity of the United States. What were we doing there in Libya? And it's quite obvious we were sending arms confiscated from Libya after the overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi, sending them to rebels that were fighting against Assad in Syria. But it's just, to me, how come it takes 3 years to get this document? But number 2, where are the rest of the missing emails that Hillary conveniently did from her home in New York outside of the government servers? And how does that not matter to the American public as it reflects in the polls? So we have a very, very strange situation developing here. But at least we have a Benghazi breakthrough. Yet there's probably more information yet to be learned. I'm just reporting what Judicial Watch has already uncovered. The truth lies somewhere in the streets of Benghazi. If you're not saved, give your life to Jesus Christ. We're living in the last days.